All right, let's dive right into how technology is totally changing US sports. We're talking AI, data analytics, and gear that's straight out of the future. And it's not just for the pros. This stuff's changing things for coaches and for the fans, too.
What's amazing is how this tech is impacting every level. It's
Yeah.
not just billion-dollar stadiums. This is making the game smarter and more accessible, even for youth leagues.
Yeah. Like, imagine AI becoming the real MVP, right? Like, what if it could predict injuries before they happen, or analyze every play with perfect precision, or even scout the next superstar in some tiny town? Crazy, right?
And that's already happening. Teams are already using AI to get a leg up on the competition. Look at the NBA. They're using AI to analyze massive amounts of player data, looking for those patterns that win games.
So it's like a supercomputer telling the coach what to do,
Yeah.
like a real-life Moneyball situation, huh?
Exactly. Remember how Moneyball showed how data changed baseball? They used something called sabermetrics, which basically use data to find hidden talent and build winning strategies. AI takes that idea to a whole new level.
So AI isn't just about the numbers, it's about spotting potential that humans might miss. Wow. So what else are we missing?
Yeah.
And when we're talking about uncovering potential, kind of mentioned data analytics and wearable tech, right? It's like decoding the secrets of athletic performance.
Absolutely. Wearable tech is giving us info we never had before. Imagine a watch that tracks everything, like your heart rate, your lactate threshold, even your sleep stages. This stuff helps you train smarter and recover faster so you can perform at your peak.
Oh, and imagine if data could actually help prevent those heartbreaking injuries, right? When your favorite player gets sidelined. That would be huge for teams.
And get this tech isn't just for pros anymore. Wearable tech is getting more affordable all the time, which means high school athletes can use it too. They can track their performance just like the Olympians.
That's the best part. It's making a difference for athletes at all levels. And it's not just about training. It's changing how we watch the game, too.
Right. You got it. All those real-time stats popping up on your screen during the game. It's like getting a behind-the-scenes look at the action, giving you a deeper understanding of the game as it unfolds.
It's like being able to see the game through the coach's eyes.
Okay.
But speaking of game-changing tech, let's talk about the gear itself. I mean, picture shoes custom-made for you with 3D printing, helmets that can detect concussions before they get serious, clothes that track your every move. It's wild.
This is happening right now. Companies like Nike and Adidas are leading the way. They use 3D printing to make shoes that are a perfect fit for your foot, giving you max support and minimizing injuries.
Okay, so we've got AI strategizing, data revealing hidden patterns, and shoes made just for you. What about helmets that know when a player takes a bad hit? I mean, that's amazing, right?
Especially in sports like football, player safety is everything. These high-tech helmets have sensors that monitor impact and can actually alert people if a player might have a concussion. It's a huge step forward in protecting athletes.
It's like a guardian angel in a helmet. And those smart clothes, huh? The ones that track your heart rate, muscle fatigue, all that stuff. It's incredible.
Wearable tech is the future of monitoring athletes. Imagine a shirt that tells you exactly which muscles are working hardest, or pants that measure your stride. It's like having a personal trainer built right into your clothes.
It's like having a whole team of experts behind the scenes, making sure athletes reach their goals and stay healthy. Okay, we've covered so much already, but I have to ask about the really futuristic stuff, VR and AR. They just feel like they could completely transform sports,
Oh, absolutely. They're like breaking down the walls between the real world and the digital world, changing how athletes train and how fans connect with their favorite teams. But before we get into all that, let's take a minute to really think about all this tech we've talked about so far.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's AI coaches, data-driven training, gear that feels like it's from the future. Technology is seriously changing the game some amazing ways.
I know, right? It's mind-blowing. We're seeing a revolution in sports, and everyone's a part of it, from the athletes to the fans in the stands. So, ready to step into the future, where athletes train like superheroes and fans can experience games from the player's perspective. That's VR and AR.
It's like something straight out of a movie. Sign me up. So VR training, how does that even work?
Imagine, right, a virtual world that's like identical to your sport, like a perfect golf course, a packed basketball arena, even a crazy football stadium. That's VR training. Athletes can practice game situations, work on their skills, and even experience that pressure of competition, but without the risk of getting hurt.
So it's kind of like a video game, but super realistic. I can see how that'd be amazing for athletes recovering from injuries or wanting to improve a specific technique.
You got it. VR is changing how athletes train and rehab. For example, NFL quarterbacks, they're using VR to rewatch plays from every angle. It gives them a 360-degree view of the field, so they can analyze their decisions, anticipate what the other team's going to do, and work on their timing, all without stepping onto a real field.
Wow, that's next level. You can't get that kind of detail from watching film, right? Well, are other sports using VR in similar ways?
Oh yeah, totally. VR training programs are popping up everywhere. Basketball, baseball, soccer, golf, even extreme sports. They're using it for everything, from free throws to downhill skiing.
It's like VR is becoming the go-to training ground for every sport. And the best part, it's not just for the pros anymore, right?
Right. VR is getting more affordable, which means high schools, colleges, even rec leagues can use it. Imagine practicing your golf swing in your living room or playing tennis with a friend across the country, all in VR.
VR is opening up a whole new world of training for everyone.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So VR is rocking the training world. What about augmented reality, AR? How's that changing things for the fans?
AR, it's all about adding a digital layer onto the real world. It's like, think about watching a football game and seeing player stats and replays right there on the field, live. Or tracking a basketball's path with a 3D arc projected in front of you. It's pretty wild.
It's like having X-ray vision for sports. You know, I've seen AR used in those apps where you try on clothes virtually or see how furniture would look in your home. It's cool to see it used in sports.
It's totally changing how we watch and experience games. AR adds this whole new level of immersion and interactivity. It's like having your own personal sports commentator in your living room, giving you insights you wouldn't get otherwise.
So instead of just watching the game, fans can actually understand the strategies, the matchups, and the stats behind it all. AR turns every fan into an expert.
Yeah, and it's not just about stats and replays. AR can also create those interactive fan experiences, like meeting players virtually, playing AR games during breaks in the action, even taking virtual tours of stadiums.
Wow, AR is like breaking down the wall between the fans and the game. It's so much more immersive and engaging.
Exactly. And just like VR, we're just scratching the surface of what AR can do for sports. As technology gets better, we can expect even more mind-blowing stuff.
Okay, so we've talked VR training for athletes, AR experiences for fans. But we can't forget the biggest game changer, artificial intelligence. AI feels like it's going to have the biggest impact on the future of sports.
Oh, for sure. AI is changing everything. It's analyzing player performance, predicting game outcomes, scouting talent, optimizing training plans, even helping coaches make decisions in real time. It's like having a supercomputer on the sidelines, processing tons of data and spotting patterns we'd never see.
Like a digital brain for sports, right? I can see how it's huge for sports like baseball and basketball, where there's so much data to analyze.
You got it. AI can analyze all that data and find those hidden patterns that even the best coaches might miss. Imagine AI analyzing a batter's swing to predict what pitches they'll hit best, or predicting what plays a quarterback will call in different situations. It's mind-blowing.
AI isn't just about the numbers. It's about understanding the game at a deeper level, right?
Absolutely. And AI can also predict future outcomes, like how likely a player is to get injured, or whether a team will win a game even if a rookie will become a superstar. It's like predicting the future.
Whoa, that sounds straight out of a sci-fi movie. Can AI really predict the future of sports?
Okay, maybe not quite like that, but AI is getting really good at forecasting based on past data and some seriously complex algorithms. It's not about knowing the future for sure, but about making really good guesses based on probabilities and statistics.
I can see how that would be useful for everyone. Coaches, general managers, even fans who want to make smarter bets.
Exactly. AI-powered scouting systems are already finding amazing young players that traditional scouts missed. And AI-driven betting platforms are becoming super popular. Fans are using data to their advantage.
It's like AI is shaking up the entire sports world. From player development to fan engagement to even sports betting. It's changing everything.
Yeah, it's a huge transformation. And as AI keeps evolving, it's going to have an even bigger impact on sports. We can expect to see even more mind-blowing applications in the future. It's going to be amazing.
This deep dive has been incredible. It's amazing to see how technology is changing U.S. sports in such incredible ways. From AI coaches and VR training to data insights and AR experiences, it's an exciting time to be a sports fan.
It really is. We're seeing sports and technology merge in ways we never thought possible. And the best part, we're just getting started.
So we've talked about how tech is changing the game right now, but what about the future? Like in 5, 10, 20 years, it feels like we're just at the beginning of something huge.
Oh, it's an exciting time to be a fan, for sure. If you look at the trends we've been talking about, I think we can get a pretty good idea of what's coming. One thing that really stands out to me is this trend towards hyper-personalization.
Hyper-personalization, huh? What does that even mean in the world of sports?
Okay, so imagine a world where, like, every part of an athlete's training is totally custom made for them, based on their strengths, their weaknesses, their goals. Like AI coaches that create these super specific training plans using data from wearable sensors and even genetic analysis. It's about making every athlete the best they can be.
So it's like ditching that one-size-fits-all approach
Right.
and going for a totally personalized experience. Man, I bet athletes at every level would love that. Pros, weekend warriors, everyone.
You got it. And this hyper-personalization thing, it goes beyond just training, too. Think about fans who can customize their whole viewing experience, like choosing their camera angles, the stats they see, even which commentators they listen to. They can create their own little sports world.
That's so cool. Like sports is becoming a choose-your-own-adventure. I love it.
Yeah.
What about like virtual sports and the metaverse? Those are getting huge, right? How do you see them impacting the future?
Virtual sports are already a big deal, and they're just going to keep growing. I mean, we've got pro esports leagues now with massive crowds and big prize money. And as VR and AR tech gets better, the line between virtual sports and real-world sports is going to get blurrier and blurrier.
I can totally picture virtual stadiums filled with fans from all over the world cheering for their favorite virtual athletes. It's like a whole new level of fandom.
Right. And virtual sports aren't just for fun. They can be a super useful tool for training and rehab, too. Think about athletes using VR to practice, like game situations or recover from injuries, all in a safe, controlled environment.
It's like a training ground that's always open, no matter the weather or where you live. That's amazing.
I know, right? It's pretty mind-blowing. And as technology gets even better, we can expect to see even more creative uses for virtual sports. It's really pushing the boundaries between the real and digital worlds.
Okay, so we've got hyper-personalization, virtual sports, and of course, data and AI are just going to get bigger and better. It feels like the future of sports is going to be this wild mix of human skill and technology.
Absolutely. The teams and athletes that embrace technology and really figure out how to use it, those are the ones that are going to win in the future. And data analysis, oh man, it's going to be so much more sophisticated. We're talking real-time insights, predictive modeling, changing everything from scouting and training to game strategy and even fan engagement.
It's crazy to think how far we've come, from simple stopwatches to AI coaches, VR stadiums, the whole thing. Technology has completely changed how we play, how we watch, how we experience sports.
And it's only the beginning. The future of sports is full of possibilities. I can't wait to see what happens next.
Well, this deep dive has been incredible. Thanks so much for taking us on this journey into the world of sports tech.
My pleasure. It's been great sharing all this with you.
And to all you listeners out there, keep watching because things are about to get even more exciting. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring the amazing world of sports.